Well, hello everybody. This is what happens when your kidneys shut down and have to have treatment. I'm so weak at the moment, so tired. Most of you won't have to go through anything like this. And the ones that say that I'm faking it and screwing the government, I'm not. This is real. You can look it up. And this has nothing to do with me being fat. And this is to that guy who commented on one of my videos about the eggnog and said that that's pure sugar you're drinking. Well, obviously, you're not smart enough to know what is in eggnog. It's milk, eggs, sugar, nutmeg, sometimes cinnamon, and some other ingredients. And I don't drink it that often. And him saying that I needed my stomach stapled, dialysis makes you confused too. And no, I'm not high on drugs either. But those of you are that think I am, you absolutely know nothing about what the hell I'm going through. Absolute hell. And this is why I wish I had a transplant kidney. I'm not the only one who goes through this. But back to the eggnog thing. I have seen your videos and what you look like, and it made me think of a story in the Bible. There was this guy going around removing little splinters from people's eyes because he thought that they needed stuff to be done to them, fix them, whatever. And I'm sure I'm gonna miss stuff and screw it up, but it's been a long time. But I think it was Jesus that told him, well, you're going around removing people's small splinters in their eyes, but have you looked towards your eyes? And he had big massive logs sticking out of him. So in short, they're talking about people's problems, and the person who is trying to fix other people's problems are telling them that they have problems that are minute when they themselves have bigger problems, but they won't acknowledge it. And I want to say, have you looked in the mirror yourself? Because you are overweight as well. Did that make you feel good? And I want to say thank you, Captain Obvious, for pointing out that I'm fat. I'm not fat because I eat sugar and junk and stuff. I rarely do. I have two problems, and I admit it. I drink a ton of whole milk. I'm addicted to the lactic acid in it. The stuff that makes it taste sweet from the cow. And I don't exercise as much as I used to, or actually not at all. Because years ago, back after I had this kidney, I was only at max 220. And me and my mother used to go out every day. And I would have to push her around in the mall, stores, grocery stores, all over the place for hours on end. And that's how I kept my weight down. But then afterwards, after my sister stole her car, and they're like, how can she steal her car? One day she came here and went into my mother's room while she was in the bathroom and just took the keys and drove away with the car. And my sister said that after 2 or 3 days that there was something wrong with the car. It was blowing smoke and stuff. My mother had it towed back here. I checked it out. I may not be certified mechanic, but I know what I'm doing. And I checked it all out, tested it, what have you. And my mother believed my sister over me, even though I have an automotive background. And she gave up driving because my sister told her about the car and my sister stole the car. And then after that, I tried to keep the weight off by walking in the neighborhood and exploring the woods and stuff. And it got to a point that my mother she had what's called arthritis of the brain. Look it up, it's very rare. And it messes with her memory and stuff. So every time I would go out, she would say, if you're not back by a certain time, I'm calling 911 to come look for you and all kinds of stuff. And I would be gone like several hours just exploring, there's a creek bed near me, there are several abandoned places near me, all kinds of stuff. And it just got to a point that she just harped and harped and harped at me. And she even did call the police a couple times. This is different than the other one that I talked about like 2 years ago, which most of you said that it exacerbated the situation, but I was trying to show what absolute pure hell I was going through with my mother, and no one wanted to help me. So I just got sick of her yelling at me, you can't go out, you can't do this, you can't do that. I had to stay here, and I was fed up with it, and I just stopped going out, period, because I didn't want to hear it anymore. And that's why I got fat. I partially blame myself, yes, and people are going to say, well, you can just ignore her and this stuff. I was also her caretaker too, My sister was not. And there's a lot of crazy stuff I haven't told anybody yet. Like this one time, I was just so frustrated at her that it was nighttime, and I just left the house because I didn't know what else to do. So I went out the front door, going down the sidewalk and down the street. And next thing I know, she's chasing after me, and she was in her underwear. And she just stood there at the door, yelling at me to come back and stuff, which the neighbors could hear. And it just drove me nuts. It's like, leave me alone. But she wouldn't leave me alone. No matter if I cried, begged, or yelled at her. And I know some people would say that's wrong, but when you're to that point and have not gone through that situation, it's easier to say. So, yeah, I'm really weak right now from my treatment. I hope in a few hours I'll get better. It usually does. Well, I'm gonna end it here before I use up all my energy. Thanks for watching, everybody. I love you all. And hopefully I'll see you next time when it's something better. I hope this sheds light on what I'm going through. Bye, everybody.